E39Source, how's it going? Ryan Schultz here from E39Source in San Diego, California. This video is going to serve as an update. We've got a lot of parts available right now. It's been a little bit since I put anything up. Car number 2, the 01 one owner carbon black BZ98005 is almost completely stripped. As you can see, it's even got no glass in it. The only thing left in the interior is a shifter. There is an engine still over there that I believe is sold, and the rear end and diff and subframe is in it. Everything else gone. So we have a ton of stuff available from that, including a fully uncut factory original all stock exhaust system, from the headers back to 111,000 mile cats, a resonator, and nice mufflers in good shape with brackets and all that. I don't know if there's any demand for it, but here it is. And before we get too far in, anything that you're interested in, want price or shipping quotes, please send me an email to ryan@e39source.com. That'll be in the description below. Let me know your zip code if you're going to need shipping and what you're looking for, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But we're kind of just going to walk around, see what's still available. You guys remember parts car number 1? That was CF90515. That's an 02 Sterling Gray M5. That is going to be picked up for scrap here on Friday. Everything is gone out of that. Some of it's still in here, a lot of it's sold. So we're just going to kind of walk around the shop. This is Nate's car, his 2001 M5 164K with the 2B. That's not for sale. And he's doing a little bit of engine work here. You know, nothing too major. That's an engine block with 8 pistons in it. Bearing number 3 decided it was time to go knocking on heaven's door, and it took a crank journal with it, so it's been good times. Anyways, the shelving, we'll kind of start over here on the left. I still have 4 sterling metallic doors, not 100% perfect, but no rust or major damage. They're sitting here with cardboard in between them. So we've got 4 nice doors. I got a lot of vapor barriers. I've also got 4 carbon black doors, kind of the same deal. Not perfect, but in good shape, ready to bolt on a car. And these rear doors have brand new seals on these quarter windows, so that's a big plus. We'll come down here. This transmission's available. This is from Sterling, so that's an 02 with about 150,000 miles on it. It's a great transmission. There's no synchro grind. I got it through all the gears. It's really smooth, especially reverses. It feels great. That differential is available. That's the Sterling differential, 02, 155,000 miles, dry as a bone, clean as hell, no rust. We've got a steering gearbox with servo from the Carbon, so that's a 111,000 mile steering gearbox. I've got 4 axles, although one of them's still stuck in the carrier. If I'm highly motivated, I'm sure I can get that out. 4 nice axles. This is a stock suspension. I'm imagining that it's all original, 111K from Sterling. I don't know if there's any value there, but they aren't leaking. Got battery boxes, DME boxes, brackets, MAFs. You know, not new, but they worked, no codes. Gas cap doors, no rust, no dings, dents, scratches, Sterling and carbon black. Factory 2001 Hella rear taillights in excellent condition. A blower motor, coils for some reason, a yellow expansion tank. I know everybody's going to want that. Got horns, brackets, a ballast, the tire kit. This one's really nice. It even has the original sticker on it, and it's not scratched up at all, the mobility system. Also with the fuel parts here, I've got a fuel pressure regulator right there. That's an expensive one new. Some perfectly working level sender units, the Venturi hose, and I've got 4 clean rust-free fuel tank straps. Gas door actuators, clean, working. Both these cars have been California cars, so there's really no rust on anything. An e-brake handle, this part of the ABS module. The other part, the electronic part, I've sold those, but I have the mechanical part that sits under the hood. I've got a nice aluminum rear subframe. It's a little bit dirty, but no cracks, no breaks, ready to be reinforced and installed, or just installed as is. Stock M5 front sway bar, front bumper, license plate holder in carbon. I don't recommend those, but if you need one, I've got a nice one. Also a PDC rear M5 bumper with diffuser and, to the best of my knowledge, working PDC sensors, painted in carbon black. It is not 100% perfect. I have made no attempts to try to get those scuffs out on that corner. I think the majority of it would come out. It's a little bit down on the lower edge too. But M5 rear bumper, PDC ready, and diffuser. Those are super expensive new. Ignore the tires. Those are from an E60 M5. They're just sitting in here. Then this pile is kind of just a pile of wiper arms, rear chassis braces. If anybody has like a 540 and wants to put the M5 chassis braces on them, they're pretty clean without any rust or damage. Lots and lots of heat shielding, insulation, fuel lines that I was able to take out without damaging at all. I actually had to replace a fuel line on my M5 a couple of years ago, and it took about 3 months to get the part, something stupid crazy like that. So hey, if anybody needs one, I've got one sitting here. Got stock headers, as if anybody's going to need that. We move up, more parts, exhaust heat shielding. I have 2 pedal kits, the clutch and brake pedal. If somebody's doing a manual swap, that'd be great. I have 1 throttle body actuator, power steering reservoir. I've got some great rotors here. These were all replaced. You know, they got wet, so they're a little rusty, but there's no lip on any of these. These are 4 rears, and I have 2 fronts that are ready to be installed on a car. They're great rotors and great shape that were installed seemingly weeks before an accident killed the car. So those are certainly salvageable. I've got lots of calipers, 2 front ones, 4 rear ones. All of them are a little bit dusty, but they all work really well, and there's no rust to speak of on there. So that's nice. Lots of caliper carriers. Some random brake pads. I have a rear bumper carrier back there with the struts, never been in an accident, ready to go. Lots of wheel bearings, as you can see, stacked up. Front and rear wheel bearings are available. Then wheel carriers, front and rear, no rust or damage on those, ready to ship. I have actually I have 2 entire vehicle wiring harnesses. So if you need pigtails, if you need wire, whatever you need, I probably have it here, and I'm happy to chop it off and send it to you. We have the battery lid compartment thing. The little thing is broken off. It just snaps on there. It still works fine. It just isn't connected. I have some air boxes back there. Cabin boxes, none of them are perfect. There's some minor broken plastic on them, but for the most part, they're usable. I'd use them on my car if mine were worse. And as well as the engine intake, engine air filter boxes. And then these little things, they sit in the back where the chassis braces meet with the chassis in the rear. Common part people have missing on their cars are these little things that kind of go on either side of the transmission and help shield the engine compartment from road debris. All the way up there, the top shelf is mostly Nate's stuff, so pay no attention to that. That's going back on his car. But I've got 2 working sunroof cassettes, all the drainage channels, 2 heater core boxes with AC condensers, several wheel liners, fender liners. Let me know the specifics if you need them or not. Airbags I like to keep way up there for some reason. We've got lots of airbags. 2 trunklets, both in very good shape, carbon black and sterling, sitting all the way up top. Carpeting, 2 full sets of black carpeting, completely uncut. I took those out after I removed the heater core boxes there. So if you're doing a carpet swap, I got nice black carpeting there. Charcoal canister and the evaporative tank, window seals all around, door seals. I do not have perfect front ones. I have real nice rear ones, but not perfect front ones. I know those are what people usually want. Positive battery cable. This is the one that goes from under the passenger seat up and powers the alternator, starter motor, and charging port. Here's the second wiring harness. This one's completely uncut, so if anybody needed a ready to install, boy would that be fun, wiring harness, I've got a full one right there. Then we've got a fuel tank, 2 good fuel pumps, both original Pierberg, so they're not brand new, but in a pinch they would work. This one has a lot of lines left in it, no indication of any punctures or leaks or otherwise damage. Filler neck right there. And then this battery I've been keeping topped up. This is a Bosch 900 cold cranking amp. This battery was installed in the weeks before the accident, so it's pretty new. You can see the specs on there. Worked very well in this carbon M5, so I don't really want to ship that. If you're local to Escondido, really with any of this stuff, if you're local to Escondido, come on down and pick it up. I've gotten a little bit crazy with hardware here, and I'm about to reorganize it since I'm kind of overflowing in some of these, but I've kept about anything I can, any door latch, wheel studs, brackets, strut caps, you name it. Every piece of hardware that comes off an M5 is in there. That's 2 M5s worth of hardware. You guys remember these wheels. I erroneously stated before that they were an E38 cut wheel. I don't know why I thought the owner told me that. These are genuine E39 style 37 540M Tech wheels. Now, apparently it was an option from Southern California BMW dealers, San Diego, Orange, and Los Angeles counties, back in the day to have them finished in this chrome, and that's a factory finish. These were not refinished. So these are 18-inch chromed 37s from an E39 540M Tech. Now, the rubber on these aren't great. The fronts have a lot of tread, but even though they're only 2 years old, they've got dry rotting in there for some reason, so that's disappointing. The rears don't have dry rotting, but are pretty low on tread, although not yet at the wear bars. The biggest issue with these wheels, the front left one leaks to the tune of an entire tire's worth of air in about 4 hours. So I'm pretty sure it's a bad bead, but it also does have a minor bend in this exterior lip area here. So obviously repairable. $800 is what the seller wants for these. They're not my wheels. But if you're willing to pay $800, come pick them up, or we'll ship them at your expense. They are available. And welcome to the inside room. We've been keeping interior parts in here that we want to stay a little bit cleaner and a little bit nicer. We'll start over here. I've got 4 M1SW black seats with no seat twist or any damage like that. Unfortunately, this one here, the leather isn't torn, but the stitching's really dry, so the stitching broke there. You could certainly have that restitched and do some conditioning and some cleaning and make these things look even better. These seats are the more dry of the two. They're not as supple as they once were, but again, I've made no attempts at cleaning them up. Under the rear seat here, we have, these are the ones from Sterling. Some minor cracking, no tears. The stitching's held together on these, and they are a little bit softer than the other ones. So we've got those. This is a bottom cushion from a split fold car. And then I also have the backrest cushions from the split fold car. Unfortunately, with a torn stitch there, could be restitched. Trunk panels. The one on the right's new, like somebody replaced that fairly recently, so it looks newer than that one. But I've got lots of trunk trim all the way up here too from split fold and non-split fold cars. That's the Nokia DSP box that I have right there. I have M audio speakers in addition to the standard DSP speakers. So the M audio speakers have different cones. It's a heavier speaker, it's a better built speaker, and no, you can't directly swap them in your DSP car. You have to have an M audio car, and the harness is not separate, so you'd have to replace the entire harness. So don't ask me about that. Door panels. I have some stock E39 like 525, 28, 30, 40 black door panels here. They're in real nice shape. They're a little bit dusty. These don't have trim in them. Well, some of them do. But nice black door panels if someone's doing a swap or needs some parts. Same thing over here, one gray one. This one's dirty as hell. Probably just be a parts door panel. But lots of black ones here that are nice and usable. I've got 3 tunnels. The leather ones have some degradation of the black plastic form that's common, but the vinyl ones are fine. I've got 2 black vinyl ones. 2 Alcantara rear decks. One much more faded than the other, as you can see. This one back here, not so bad. Maybe the car had tint. I've got 2 99% perfect Alcantara headliners. These things are really in nice shape, with the only imperfection being that it has some minor separation of the Alcantara right here where the visor would hide that even. If you wanted to repair it, you could simply peel this back, do some spray adhesive, press that into form for a little bit, and it would be perfect again. These neither one of the cars were ever smoked in or have any foul odors in there. So 2 nice headliners. They're both stacked on top of each other. And I've got the roof rail trims, 2 in sterling, 2 in carbon. And then these are the side door panel trims with the M5 logos. Not 100% perfect condition, but as you can see, pretty nice. In addition to the headliner, I've got A-pillars. I've got a good slider, one good slider. The other one lost the Alcantara. So 1 good Alcantara slider. I've got more Alcantara pieces in here. B pillars and C pillars, the center motion sensor cover, the home link panel, C pillar lights, front map light in black, vanity lights, all of that stuff's in good shape, minus this one kind of stain in the Alcantara there, and the other ones, the other 3 C pillars are perfect. Got some more shadow line up here. These are the ones that go on the top of the door panel where they meet with the interior. Then this cabinet has the rear seat side panels for split folding seats, and then a bunch of headrests in addition to the black grab handles for the headliner. I sold the leather dash out of the carbon car, but we still have the vinyl dash from Sterling sitting up there. Back to the shelves, got some wood. I think this is the Briar Club wood. It is the Briar Club wood on the e-brake handle. The dash finishers are nice. Center console, on the other hand, has a lot of cracks up there and a missing door. But if you wanted to wrap it, that would certainly go cheap. And we've got some rear vents, an armrest that needs a tray, dashboard vents. They both have minor cracks, typical, where they crack in the center front dashboard vent. 2 sets of front cup holders that both work really well. 16:9 navigation frame, 4 door sills. The rears are a little bit nicer than the fronts. I don't know what it is with this rubber that always cracks. I still have a full set of M5 door sills just with some cracked rubber. I have 2 dead pedals, both pretty clean, minor scuffing, but really nice, pretty nice dead pedals. I've got 2 full sets of door handles. They're all chrome though, none in Titan line. And then this is where all the sensors and modules are. So 2 DSP amps. These panels, one of them adds the PDC button in addition to the standard DSC Sport and heated seats. I have a blower motor, 2 DMEs, 2 light control modules, 2 general modules, whatever this phone module was that was in the back of one of them. PDC module for front and rear park distance control. DWS, LWR, and EWS modules there from both cars. And then, as you can see, an array of buttons, tilt sensors, front parking control sensors, park distance sensors, a rain light sensor, and just a rain sensor. Blast sensors, some B-pillars in shadow line that are a little bit dusty, but in otherwise great shape, no rust on those. Interior lights, a CD changer that doesn't work but would be ready for a rebuild. Some working trunk and hood struts. 2 Mark III navigation computers and a BM53 that is just before the auxiliary support. So if you're just looking to restore radio functionality, that could go cheaply. B-pillars are down there. I've got 2 leather ones, although the leather needs to be re-glued. And then I've got 4 vinyl ones. 2 vinyl ones look brand new, and the other 2 don't look too bad. So lots of B-pillars, lots of trim, and the battery styrofoam that goes back there in that toolkit. Now, I think I've got a line on these, but should that fall through, I do have 4 full leather black door panels here. Now these are from Carbon Car. I've made no attempts to clean them up. These are just some water stains here that are coming out with a little bit of pressure from my thumb. They aren't perfect. There's some scuffs and scrapes in them, but no obvious tears or peeling or anything like that. So full leather door panels get the nice wood cabinet here. And a note on the trim, all the door trim's in real nice shape with no cracks. And again, that's the Burlwood Club or Briar Club or whatever that is. Briarwood Club, I think. So obviously I can't show you every single thing, but hopefully I can help you out if you're looking for some parts. So again, email me, Ryan@E39Source.com. I will leave that in the description below. And look forward to hearing from you. We'll talk in the next video. Take care.